Today's video is all about TARS AI, the AI architecture protocol on Solana. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive looking into the team, the tokenomics, the utility, and the overall value proposition, trying to figure out whether this project has what it takes to make it to our portfolio. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. And the question is TARS AI the opportunity? Guys, we're going to be doing a deep dive. We're going to be looking into this project, talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly, trying to figure out whether this project has what it takes to make it to our portfolio. Guys, we know that we're waiting for a nice run to the upside, but guys, we got to be very critical. We got to be choosing the right projects, the projects that are, looking at those details, and particularly being able to, basically make the retail investor comfortable. At the current moment, we're waiting to see some capital enter the market, and the capital that it's going to be coming in, most likely majority of it in the next little while, especially as we see the market rise, is going to be the retail investor. And we want to make sure that the retail investor is getting into projects that have great fundamentals, and the fundamentals obviously provide clarity. They require clarity, they require documentation, and we are hoping that TARS AI, the team behind TARS AI, is giving us all the fundamentals and all the clarity we need to get bullish. Okay, so that's part of what we're doing here. We're going to be using the website, we're going to be using the documentation, we're going to be looking at some of the socials, and obviously some of the other things that I kind of dug up with regards to the project, so that we can make some critical decisions. Do we make sure that this project joins the rest in our portfolio? Guys, let's keep on going down. Let's see what's going on here with this project. We can see right off the bat, backed by Solana Foundation. Okay, so this is an interesting statement. I do want to talk about this a little bit more, this backed by Solana Foundation, a little bit more, because I did try to do a bit of digging, and I asked some critical questions to some individuals, to team members on the Solana team, and I was given some really interesting answers. And let's just continue going on for now. I don't want to really get into the depth of all of this too soon, but it's very important that we understand what this really means. Backed by Solana Foundation, the AI architecture protocol on Solana, symbiotic AI ecosystem dedicated to 1,000 plus Solana users. Okay, adopt now, a stake token. So right away we know that we can stake some of our tokens on it, so we're pretty good. That's not bad. And then if we keep on going down, we do have some more information here. So obviously very, very important concepts here. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. We have building the future of AI on Solana. Build, scale, and adopt AI with TARS today. The thing is that Solana is the fastest and most global adopted chain in crypto in the last, and of course in the last decade. The reality is that Solana has done a great job, and choosing to build on Solana is very critical nowadays. It's not just Solana. There are other great up and coming chains that are doing very well, but Solana in the last little while proved to us that we can have speed, we can have low gas fees, we can have a network that basically makes is easy for developers and obviously individuals that want to use the chain. Makes life a lot easier. There's less barriers to entry, there's less barriers to get involved, and that's a very important thing, especially if you're a project trying to build and get a blockchain solution out there. So this is not bad of a scenario. We have TARS AI choosing the right chain. I think it's a very good choice. I think that we are seeing the Solana ecosystem slowly encompass other projects other than meme coins, which is something that is, I think healthy for the Solana network altogether, because, my whole objective on meme coins is much, different than when I look for projects that have good fundamentals, from a tech perspective. So this is what we got to talk about, obviously, is what is TARS fundamentals and their tech perspective. Let's continue going down. the Solana AI application stack. So it talks a little bit about, their application, and we're going to talk about this more when we start looking at the white papers or the documentation provided. I think it might give us a little bit more clarity, because of course the visuals here are decent, but they can be a little bit confusing. There are applications already built within their ecosystem, and they are not so much AI related. I don't know, I get a bit of confusion here whether this project is truly AI or not. I'm really trying to navigate exactly what their value proposition is. I know it's TARS AI, I understand that, and they have an AI console, but if you start looking at the other applications that are built within the ecosystem, they're not really AI related. Now, there is one aspect of it that is, but the rest of it isn't, which in my opinion is the majority of the current value proposition that they have. So really, I think maybe they're transitioning into a full-on AI, and maybe they saw the potential in the AI narrative, and they quickly pivoted into AI, causing the rebranding, which they have done and didn't do a great job transitioning from one branding to the next. There's a lot of confusion and basically no clear direction with regards to marketing. We'll talk about this in a little bit more. Let's keep on going down. The principal utility token for AI. So there is a token built on Solana. And as we mentioned, it has some utility, and we see the words AI application everywhere here. So what we have to do is ask ourselves, what kind of utility does it have with regards to AI? So TARS AI aggregates the best qualities of artificial intelligence, fuses them into a value funnel to provide native Solana users to access all things AI within a few minutes. I believe that they do have an ecosystem or a branch of their ecosystem that is focusing on AI and an overall AI marketplace, which is something very typical nowadays. Like, it's not a new idea, where developers are encouraged to create AI models, and then these AI models get put on the marketplace, and then individuals like you and I can go and use these models. We pay via tokens and so on, and we use it, and then of course some of the residual payment or inflow of tokens get distributed as rewards to the developers and so on. So that's a very typical structure, and I feel like that's what they're getting involved in. With a very typical structure, we could expect very typical results, right? So I also feel like this is a very saturated idea. Like, this is an idea that it already exists amongst many projects, especially in the AI space, and AI right now is becoming very saturated. So we're going to be very critical as these new projects enter the space, offering the same things over and over and over. Okay, so far I get it. It's good. It does what a lot of other AI projects do, and let's continue going. We'll talk about more details in a second as we go through the white paper, and kind of make a bit of a some clarity, get some clarity on some of this. Harmonizing AI application usage at scale, implementation. Okay, processing, that looks like a lot of just machine learning, AI type of language. Okay, that's partners, best in its class partnerships. This is where things get a little bit hectic for me. Okay, so we got to be very critical, because right off the bat, as you can see, Solana Foundation and Google, right? I did a bit of digging. Now, Google at the end of the day is not a partner. Absolutely not a partner. So what they are is currently involved in this right here. Let's see if I can find that right off the bat. This right here, they're involved in let me see, the Google Cloud infrastructure. So what they are is basically getting involved here, being trained to get as a startup program to be able to deploy on the Google Cloud, which for me, a bit of an issue. Number one, Google Web3 don't really match up. This is a centralized infrastructure. So yeah, you might think it might be a good thing because you're partnering up with Google, but it's not a partnership. It is where Google takes in projects, trains them how to deploy applications on their cloud infrastructure. And why do you think Google is doing that with startups? Well, they want devs to develop on their platform. So yeah, we can say that they are identified as a a development team. Google sees that, you know, they are a great fit to develop projects on Google Cloud infrastructure. Are they partnered? Absolutely not. This is not a partnership. This is just an opportunity for the team to get basically involved with the Google Cloud infrastructure, and they will put them through some programs, just basically give them the training they need to be able to deploy on the Google Cloud infrastructure. Now, because we are Web3 here, do we add this as a value proposition? Is this something that you're interested in, right? When we look at Web3 applications, we're looking at crypto applications, things that are built on blockchain. Do we look for centralized centralized, sorry, that doesn't even make sense, but centralized infrastructure, right? In fact, what we look for is DePIN. We want decentralized infrastructure, not centralized infrastructure. So whenever I see Google Cloud and I see AWS, that for me is a problem. Okay, so I wouldn't consider this a bonus. I wouldn't consider this a partnership. So let's quickly go back. We're going to jump back and forth, guys, because we have to kind of like, you know, bounce around here. Brave, okay, I feel like that could be good, given that they could be providing AI applications for the browser, one of the leading browsers here in the crypto space. AIOZ, that's another AI type of DePIN infrastructure availability. Singularity Net, the same. They could be also integrating some decentralized processing for their AI models, which is very necessary. The Google aspect of things kind of bother me, okay? And then we get back into the Solana Foundation aspect of things. So Solana Foundation as a partnership, that's not a partnership whatsoever. That is a relationship that basically is similar to the one that I explained with Google. The Solana Foundation takes in projects all the time to basically help them get ready for deployment. And, you know, it is basically called an incubator, Solana incubator. That's the program that it is. So they get these projects, they help them out, they help them get going. Now, I'm not sure if it's for a fee or not. I'm not sure how this relationship works, but it's definitely not a partnership. So I got a hold of one of the Solana team members, and they made rest assured to me that Solana itself, maybe the Solana Foundation could have this relationship, but Solana itself does not have that relationship with them. Now, what this means is that Solana Foundation has this incubator program that takes in, you can apply for the incubator program, you can get accepted for the incubator program. And what this does, if you scroll down, by the way, there are some alumni here, and I don't see them here on the alumni list. These are some of the mentors, these are some of the speakers and so on. And you can see what they really do is they take in teams to help them be ready for, to support them to be ready for market, right? So hands-on development, fundraising support, strategic collaborations, product market fit. Guys, pay attention to product market fit, because I feel like this is where I really want to emphasize some important factors as we keep on going through this, is the product market fit aspect of this project. And then that, you know, basically supercharge your company at heart and so on and so forth. Now, I would have wished to delay this deep dive because I'm still trying to iron this out with the Solana Foundation, because I don't think that they want to make the list of individuals that are part of their incubator program public, but I don't see any documentation anywhere suggesting that that TARS AI is part of their incubator program. So what I would really like to know is what type of relationship they have with the Solana Foundation, right? They don't back them. There's no such thing as backing. I want more clarity. What does that mean? Are they part of the incubator program or not? And if they are, can you please provide some detail there? Because there's not really anything suggesting. And I dug through many documents to see if they were part of the Solana Foundation, because they're also like VCs where they do invest in projects, and believe it or not, TARS AI is not on those lists. So what I really want to do is provide some clarity there. Now, without clarity, there's ambiguity. With ambiguity, there's risk. So this is why I'm bringing this up, is because they do post a lot a very various partnerships, quote unquote, where they're clearly not partners with Mexi, Bitpanda. These are not partnerships. They're just listed on their exchange. Okay, so just understand they could get delisted in a heartbeat. Okay, and in fact, Mexi could, the liquidity that they provided to Mexi belongs to Mexi at this point. It's not like it's a partnership. And at the end of the day, we got to be very critical about this Google thing too as well. So I'm trying to be honest and open, transparent about what these are all about. Right now, I see a few good ones, decent ones, but a lot of ambiguity here. Okay, so let's continue going on, because I do have a few more statements, and that concludes the website. They are on they do have an X account, which we're going to talk about the socials in a second, and they are on Telegram, which we'll talk about also, and the Discord. They are there, but we'll talk about their socials and the whole aspect of their socials in a second, guys. There's a lot to talk about here, and I'm going to be bouncing around from website to website because, and you'll understand why in a second, because really there is no real clear documentation. Okay, so as we go through this document, I had a lot of questions. I wasn't able to get a lot of what I needed out of this document, right? And you can see that their branding is still their old branding, okay, which kind of makes me believe that they need to kind of get up to standard here. Their marketing team, in my opinion, through many avenues and many aspects of what I've experienced doing this research for the last 3 days, is lacking. They need a marketing team, and if they have one, they need to replace them with some capable individuals. Okay, this is so important with new projects, because at the end of the day, this has been updated 7 months ago. Okay, this is a long time ago, and some of the other aspects, other tabs of this document is over a year old. Okay, so this is a problem because we're not getting the information what we need. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're expecting the retail investor to get bullish here, the only way you're going to do it is through some schemes. And I am not all about that, right? When I see schemes, I red flags for me. So let's just keep on going through this. We'll do our best, navigating some of this information. So what is TARS protocol? So you can see that right here. It's not even, is it TARS AI or is it TARS protocol? TARS is an AI-driven scalable Web3 modular infrastructure. Sounds great, right? Infrastructure platform designed to empower projects with cutting-edge artificial intelligence solutions. Wow, what a long sentence. Great stuff, nonetheless. Okay, I'm not going to read this out to you because you guys are capable of reading. But what I can see is that they highlight its main value proposition. It is Certec certified, which is good, and a PEC Shield audited. Great. So all of this is good stuff that we can see that their contract is solid. Now, as we keep on going down, this is what they offer. AI driven, we talked about that. That's clear. Let's not repeat. Multi-modularity. So they have different utilities that can be used in a modular way, in the sense that you can create AI, basically they're AI tools that could be used to create projects and Web3 projects so they can quickly be deployed and adapted and so on. So I like modularity, and of course, when you're trying to create an ecosystem, you want to have some sort of some tools that are easy to use so that you can create more applications and increase your overall ecosystem much quicker and make devs' lives a lot easier. So I appreciate that. Composability, again, very similar to what we discussed, that we just mentioned, ensures that AI tools and services can be easily combined and reconfigured. Very similar to modularity. Let's move on. Ease of use, again, very similar, making things easy to use so that you can make more, more applications for the ecosystem. Automation, incorporating automated. So you can see that there's a lot of AI driven. Okay, we have these tools that have these benefits, and no programming required. So less friction for individuals to get on, devs to get on and actually create some great applications. Okay, so that's that. That's very clear. I like it so far, not bad. Core features and benefits, you can see a little bit of repetition here. Again, we have a lot here. Transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3. This is a very tough topic because a lot of people, a lot of devs, all they think it's just about slapping a token on top of a bunch of Web 2 tools, which for me is a bit of a problem. Okay, even if it is AI, it's not about just a medium of exchange, a token for a medium of exchange. It should have a little bit more utility, and we'll talk about that in a second. about its token utility. But you can see that number 6, which dedicates to token utility, TARS protocol allows projects to harness the power of AI by integrating their native tokens. Okay, give it plural. I'm confused about the plural. Giving their users access AI tools and services, increasing their token utility in the process. Guys, that doesn't tell you anything other than, the more the ecosystem grows, the more utility the token will have, obviously. But then we can boil it down. Then it's just a medium of exchange, and that's a problem. So it's like saying, well, the more stores we have to spend our money at, the more utility we'll have for our money. It makes a lot of sense, of course, but then it's only a medium of exchange, and that's slapping a token on top of a Web2 AI project, like say slapping a token on ChatGPT. Now, is this what we're at? Is what we're going to be accepting here in this crypto space? Because if it is, we're in a bit of a trouble. Okay, so I'm trying to dig, I'm trying to figure out more. Let's keep on going. Mission and vision. Okay, creating a lot of repetition, guys. Feel free to read this. Lots of repetition and all of this. It's basically a summary of all of this. Now, all of this is not bad. The only thing is that I really didn't get, and it's only an overview, that's totally fine, but I didn't really get its main value proposition. Background, it's going to tell you why, the problem, and then the need. Of course, we have to identify a problem. If the software could basically solve that problem, we're going to find some real good utility. Why TARS? So there's more here. Obviously, bridging the gap between AI and Web3. I really believe in this. Tools and services, I don't see much, and we'll talk about their products in a second. You can see here on the left, it talks about the products, and I'll tell you why I feel like this is still like a statement that is future thinking, and given that this is a year old, okay, just a year old, that's a very old in the crypto space. Like, you need to keep this up to date. So we'll take a look at what this says, and if it's outdated, guys, we know what the problem is. The problem is that the marketing communications team is not doing their job, and it's so far I'm taking it at fair value. This is what they want me to know. This is what I'm going to be reporting, is what they give us. Okay, scalable, flexible infrastructure. Okay, flexible infrastructure, fine. Democratizing access to AI solutions. So this is where things get a little bit hectic, because for me, this is not necessarily democratizing. When we talk about democratizing access to AI solutions, or democratizing anything per se, it is about, like, I would have loved to see something more related to a DAO. Now, I don't think that this is where they're going with this, although I would expect these individuals, this team, to be behind the DAO. They are not. But still, I don't even, what they're referring to is that because there are tools, and their overall protocol is easy to use, and its interface is easy to use, it makes it accessible to everybody, and therefore democratizing its access. I don't see that being a true statement. I feel like that's a very interesting way to manipulate the reality that it is just easy to use, period, and reduces barriers of entry. It makes things a lot more decentralized, let's say, giving access to a lot of people, but from a democratic process. I don't see this happening, or some sort of democratic process, because there's no real voting involved, right? So I don't see how this works. I see the value that it makes it easy so people could use it. Great. Let's keep it simple, right? Let's just not try to gimmick things, and make things more than they really are. So good. Okay, it's easy to use. Everybody can get involved. It's modular. No code necessary. Their interface is clean and clear. That's what they're trying to say. Enhance security and trust Web3. Okay, streamlining token management and distribution. So they do have some tools, which I'm going to talk about, like the claimer and so on, that these tools are meant to make things easier for projects to, basically deploy projects. Basically, it makes it easy to deploy projects, and they're interesting tools for sure. And basically, this Synergy Web3 ecosystem, they have a feature that basically allows them to provide a DAO mechanism, and we're going to talk about that. So really, TARS protocol facilitates collaboration and synergy in the Web3 ecosystem by providing a platform where businesses, DAOs, and individual users can connect and collaborate. So let's just move on here, because I feel like it's much easier just to show you what they actually mean by talking about their products. Okay, so they have their solutions. Okay, AI powered tools and services. Again, a lot of easy to use. You can see the repetition here, guys. There's so much repetition. Like, get straight to the point. Use cases. So we're talking about branding. We're talking about if you focus on this part, which is the use cases, it probably give you the best idea of what things are all about here. So yeah, so for digital identity and brand portal creation, basically you can own a space, a TARS space. Users can create verified digital identities and brand portals for their businesses or DAOs. Now, I just wanted to keep in mind, I don't know where AI fits into this, okay? This is where things get lost. Okay, because a majority of their ecosystem at their current moment, except the AI hub, which we're going to talk about in a second, is completely non-AI related as far as I can see. So this right here is just a space that you're allowed to, use basically to brand your business. It serves as a space as on a pitch deck. You can provide pitch decks showing project highlights, team members, and so on. Almost like a web space where you could host various things regarding your brand. And then you have a tool that basically it's called staff authenticator, which allows individuals to authenticate different staff members so that there's no scamming and all of that. So which is useful, of course. How many times do you get approached, or I get approached by team members, and I question, are you actually valid? Are you actually a team member of a particular project? So here you have a staff authentication tool or utility, which is good. Is this AI related? I don't see it. Automated token vesting and distribution. So if you are a DAO or some sort of project that you want to automate your token vesting and distribution, they have a tool that allows you to do that. This all sounds great, but is it AI related? I don't see it. And then secure and AI-driven smart contract management. Okay, now we got something AI-related. TARS protocol incorporates AI-driven smart contract creation and signing, making it easier and more secure for users to develop, deploy, manage smart contracts on the platform. Okay, we got a bit of AI, and we're using a bit of bot action to make it simpler to basically interact with the smart contract. Okay, we've seen that before. Interesting. So we're going to give it a bit of, emphasis that at least it's an AI type of project. Enhancing DAO governance. So remember, this project itself is not, as far as I'm concerned, and I can't see it, is not governed by a DAO. But they do offer DAO services. So TARS protocol aims to introduce AI-powered DAO governance. Now, aims to introduce, remember this is a year old, okay? So aims to introduce AI-powered DAO governance standards, automating token value capture. So basically, helping DAOs in their governance. So more tools. So there's a lot of tools happening here, no doubt. And another AI one, which is okay. AI enhanced collaboration and network. Okay, how does this work? Again, so there's a lot happening here. There's some AI, some that are not AI. And then you can see in conclusion, TARS solutions provide comprehensive platform with AI-driven tools and services designed to support various Web3 use cases, which is somewhat valid. Okay, so everything right here that they are describing to us seems to be pretty good. Okay, so like there are some value propositions that we may like especially as developers. Let's take a look at the roadmap. You can see that the roadmap is completely outdated. They gave up at around 2023 and didn't do anything after that. That's a big problem. I don't know where they're at, where they're going. As far as I'm concerned, they might be all the way down here somewhere. TARS token listing. Are they on Solana, such as Solana? So they're really out here, and they got to put some emphasis and some effort to give us all the information we need. So I don't know where they're going next. What's their next? Where are they focusing their capital, their manpower, and so on? That's a bit of an issue. To-do list, they got some stuff here. Upgrade, marketing 2022. They're outdated, completely outdated. This is a year old with not much happening here. Tokenomics, which is another announcement of final tokenomics. I just want to bring it to your attention that nothing on this document talks about tokenomics. Okay, and I'm going to slowly transition in to talk about exactly what happened with my experience, trying to get some information from the team and trying to, gather information, guys. There isn't much. Okay, I'll be honest. So revenue streams, this is how they can make some capital, platform fees, custom solutions. So who's going to offer these custom solutions? It sounds very centralized. Are there going to be a group of individuals tailoring AI projects for specific businesses? That sounds very centralized. That doesn't sound like a crypto project to me. Partnerships, revenue sharing agreements with strategic partners and technology providers. Okay, revenue sharing with partners. I'm not keen about that either, considering that they're saying that Google and so many others are partners. I really do doubt that Google is going to be doing some revenue sharing there, but they could find something, some sort of opportunity. Ecosystem growth. Seems okay. Like, let's hope that they grow. That's what right now they're a very small ecosystem. Actually, not really, given the fact that they have all those utilities. Their ecosystem is pretty decent. The problem is it's just confusing, and I'm going to tell you why. Because all of a sudden we go to their ecosystem tab down here, and you can see we have that TARS space that we talked about, the claimer. We have the smart SAFT, which is the smart contract deployer and so on. We have the authenticator and then other future developments. None of these are AI related per se. So we established that. Then we go on to the AI hub, which seems like, if you look at it, if I put this back up, you can see that we have the hub and then the TARS ecosystem. So what is the AI hub? So we get into the AI hub, more confusion. So there's a hub apparently all of a sudden. The TARS AI hub is a cutting-edge AI model aggregator providing Web3 users with seamless access to a diverse collection of pre-trained AI models without the need for registration and free of charge. So basically, I'm going to summarize this. It allows the developers to create AI models. These developers can put them on a marketplace. People like you and I can go and use these models and interact and actually even get rewarded for using the models. So there is token utility for this AI hub that needs to be spoken about. So let's talk about that. Access to an intensive library of expertly trained and optimized AI models with no registration, an intuitive user-friendly interface, support for multi-chain environments, which at the current moment I'm not really seeing, AI utility for various tokens, regularly updated model offerings, and dynamic ecosystem driven by building contribution, users engagement, and Web3 incentives. So developers can quickly integrate AI models into their TARS AI hub using provided SDK standard. So the development kit is there for devs. The API is open to third parties, so you can get involved into their functions and into their language to get things going and deploy new programs, new AI models, and so on. And this is how you basically earn, right? So use AI to earn model is a unique aspect of TARS AI Hub that incentivizes users to engage with the AI models and services. By using the AI services within the platform, users can earn rewards. Interesting. So you go on, you basically start using models and you get rewarded for usage, creating a vibrant ecosystem that encourages widespread adoption of AI in the Web3 space. Now, in addition to that, the builders earn. So model allows developers to contribute to the TARS AI hub, creating optimizing AI models and services, so they'll get rewarded for creating AI models and services. Interesting. Now, if you take a look at what's going on here with the token utility, they have another paragraph here. TARS protocol, a native token, plays a crucial role in the platform by providing utility for AI services. Users can utilize tokens to access AI models, while developers can earn tokens as rewards for their contributions. So like I mentioned, the devs create AI models, the people use them, we pay, so we can use the tokens to access the AI models. But that kind of contradicts a little bit. Again, so if we can access the AI models, we need tokens, but then we get rewarded for using them. How does that work out? It's kind of like a balancing act somehow. Like, how could we get rewarded for using them, and also we need tokens to utilize them? That kind of is a bit of contradiction to me. So I don't know. Clarity there would be great. This token model creates a subsistence and thriving ecosystem. Okay, very fluffy words. It's supposed to do great. It's supposed to be amazing for their ecosystem. That's what they claim. Okay, so you can earn through producing AI and using AI models. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. Now, again, back to this. This was the TARS ecosystem. Now we're talking about the native applications that are built on the ecosystem, which some of them, like I mentioned, are pretty good. And then you can build with TARS. Here, this is what they have: build with TARS. TARS offers user-friendly, secure, collaborative platform, crypto enthusiast business, by leveraging AI. Okay, so they have all these types of tools. Some of them are probably not ready yet. Some of them are. I don't know, because again, a lot of these documents are over a year old, so it's concerning to me to actually. I don't know where they are with the roadmap or anything. There's no updated roadmap, as I showed you. So let's take it for what we see here. They have, remember, the spaces, the smart SAFT vesting schedule thing for DAOs, the decentralized launchpad. Okay, I didn't see anything about that, but you can see there's a lot happening here. Take it for how it is. Okay, guys, I don't know when these are coming and if they're available or not. That's what we're given. This is the info that we're given. The smart contracts, these are the contracts. We can see that we have ETH mainnet, okay, and then we have Binance mainnet, fine, and then Binance Smart Chain testnet. Nothing to do with Solana. So again, I'm not saying that this is a big problem. I'm just saying that this is not up to date. I don't know any other place on the internet to get valuable information, to get transparent information here. This is what is given to me. This is what's given to the new retail investors. If you go on their website, if you go on all their outlets of information, this is their documentation. And this was what was shared to me by the team member that was available on Telegram. Okay, so let me talk to you about my experience. I would try to get information about tokenomics, right? So if I went on CoinGecko, I went on CoinMarketCap, I went on their website. Obviously, you see here, I went on their white papers, which we did, and then I finally went to Telegram, which, I started talking and trying to make conversation on Telegram. The reality is that there is a team member there that is not very helpful. Okay, I directly asked if they were part of the team. The individual said yes, and then I was like, okay, great, so maybe I can get some information here. So I asked about tokenomics. I wanted to know the market cap. I really wanted to know the circulating supply, and because both CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and SoulScan all have different numbers. And then of course I put more validity on SoulScan, but then I went on the Telegram, and then the bot there told me that the circulating supply was a totally different number altogether. And then I'm like, okay, something's up here. And then I asked the team member that was on the Telegram what the market cap was, and that individual gave me some random number as well, a different number, and said something like that, like basically around this number. I'm not even going to quote the number, because at this point I have no idea what the circulating supply is in truth, in clarity. And I made that very clear to the team member that this is very disturbing, because I spent 2 days just trying to find the circulating supply, and there's no formal documentation giving me any information that I can trust. And that's a very unfortunate thing. I even went on this website right here, which has become a very common website to gather information with regards to tokenomics. And in addition to this, the team member geared me towards this website. In fact, shared the link to this website, and the circulating supply is also wrong, according to the team member. So this is the problem, is that, I, as a researcher myself, if I can't get some common answers, if I can't even get a team member to give me a straight answer with official documentation, not sending me to a third party that clearly has numbers that are not correct, or maybe they are, and maybe the team member doesn't even know what the circulating supply is, then that's a problem. That's a big problem. So I did start to express my concerns about all of this, and as I was expressing my concerns, the team member deleted my comments right after the Telegram. So I proceeded to go on to on the Discord. The Discord was dead. Nothing happening there. No action whatsoever. Only Telegram. So there's a bit of an issue here, guys. The issue is that there is no clarity for anything. I don't know anything about tokenomics. I have nothing clear about distribution. vesting schedule, and the only thing that we could rely on is this and a image that gets shared with you on Telegram, which even still, okay, fine, it is this essentially. So I'm going to use this because that image on Telegram is so poor quality, it's hard to read anyway. So we'll use this. So we're gonna do our best to use this, but just keep in mind that the circulating supply is wrong. Right, it is wrong, and it is also it should be truthful here on SolScan. But then again, I am a bit confused here because it is not. This is a lot. This is a lot of it is already in circulation, considering that the max supply is 1 billion, and that means that a lot of it is already in circulation, which is a good thing. But according to the team member, it's not. It's much less. So I am not sure what's going on. Like, there's a lot of ambiguity here, and if you look at the wallet distribution here on SolScan, you can see the holders. You have a 50% held right into this wallet, 11, 11, 4. Like, that's a lot of tokens happening here. Okay, a lot. Right, so this is a bit concerning. And now when we start looking at these details, we start to ask ourselves, well, if this is a Solana backed by a Solana foundation, right, would this team have such poor documentation and such poor marketing? Okay, let's put that on hold. Let's keep that in mind as we keep on going along. Keep in mind that it's supposed to be led or backed or part of the Solana foundation incubation, if anything, the incubation project, which if it is, remember that point 4, which is, again, I'm going to scroll down to keep that in your mind, right here, aligning product market fit. Right now, this is not product market fit. They weren't even able to change their logos and their name on their document, an updated document, leading into the most explosive moments of the bull run, not being prepared for the main event. So that for me is not product market fit. I beg to question whether the relationship with the Solana Foundation is actually valid. I hate to say it, but I need to be honest. With such a poor implementation and execution of marketing, I have no choice but to question this. Okay, so do your own research, make up your own mind, but this is my feeling, my gut feeling at the current moment. I'm still trying to reach out to the Solana Foundation to see if they can clarify some of these things for me, and I have some more stuff to share with you in a minute anyway, so hold on. There's a little bit more. It gets more in depth, let's put it that way. As we keep on going down, we do see that a good portion of the tokens are basically still locked up, and some of them are not. What I want you to focus on is all of the early stakeholder categories, okay? And when I classify early stakeholders are basically people that got in really early and that have a vested interest in basically taking profit. So I like this, AI to earn. Just keep in mind, it represents a very small portion of the unlocked tokens. It's very, very small, okay? And then we take a look at the team. Okay, there's none unlocked yet. Everything is locked. So we can neutralize that. Liquidity and market maker and incentives. What's that all about? Okay, so that for me is like early stakeholders. Are they getting tokens? Are unlocked already 6%? Series B, these are early investors. IDO, early investors. Series A, early investors. Most likely got these tokens on the cheap. Okay, now what I want you to do is really look at how many tokens have been fairly launched. Not many. The reality is that the majority of the tokens have not, at the current moment, have not been fairly launched. They basically, between Series B and airdrop and Series A, they basically hold the majority of the circulating supply at the current moment, percentage-wise. And if we scroll down further, we have Coles, which are the people on socials, right? We have all the influencers that are ready to, pump it up. And the Coles obviously do a great job pumping the price, but they can also do a great job dumping the price. So we do know clearly that the majority of the tokens that are currently in circulation are owned by early stakeholders, not by AI to learn, which is supposed to be a fair distribution, right? You get involved on the network, you earn your tokens, and they get distributed amongst many wallets. In this case, these are very selective placed tokens that got unlocked right here. As you notice, Series B, IDO, Series A, and Coles all got, this amount has already gotten locked, and look at the amount that got locked, that is unlocked here for AI to learn. In fact, it's not a healthy distribution at this current moment. It's weighted right now. The early stakeholders have a lot more control over the price, if you think about it. Okay, so not a good thing with regards to tokenomics, and a lot of ambiguity here, given that there's no formal documentation with regards to any of this. So I'm relying again on CryptoRank to actually come through here and give me what I need to feel bullish or get some information. Now we do see that we're getting a lot of these early stakeholders unlocked. Look at all of this, right? And then we have the liquid. These have been getting unlocked really early. AI to earn has been getting unlocked nice and slowly, but guess what? In a matter of a couple of months, November 2024, in a month or so, 19 days, we're going to start to get a linear unlock right here for the team. So more sell pressure, right? So think about it. Look at all of this unlocking that is happening at the current moment, and all of them basically team members and early stakeholders, including Coles. Not a good look. For me, this starts to look like a bit of a problem, because this distribution is a lot slower than all of this, meaning that these individuals are going to hold a lot of tokens. I don't know. That for me is a bit problematic, guys. Again, do your own research, do your own thing, because I really, guys, I really want you guys to, think about what's happening here. Eventually, it will look great. Eventually, the fair launch tokens, the AI to earn, will do well. But up until here, you can see that these guys, all these other early, stakeholders will definitely outperform a lot of the volume that is above. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys here in a visual representation. And if you look at the timeline, the table, this is where we're at. You can see the AI to learn got a very small portion, whereas all of these guys are basically cranking out tokens and in circulation. Guys, I don't know. That's for me is a bit of an issue. Now, we got to keep on going here. We got to keep on going. These are things that we're slowly unlocking. Now, I feel like we should talk about, we talked about Solana Foundation. We got a couple more things here. Let's talk about the team. Okay, let's talk about the team for a second. So I did go on that Telegram and ask a quick question. Is the team doxed? So I'm pleased to say that the team is doxed. So if you want to know more about the team, you will be directed to this page right here. There's 2 employees, okay? And these are the 2 dudes that are currently employed. Let's look into who these individuals are. I do have, let's see what I got here for you guys. We got Paul right here. Okay, we got some information, and I got even more because I was able to hunt him down on LinkedIn. And if you go further, you'll see that his activity, he's involved, but he's involved in crypto in token 2049. Okay, fine. But another thing that interests me is that he's a co-founder of AI Layer, okay, which is another crypto project. Okay, a crypto project that we'll discuss in a second, but it's not TARS. I don't see anything related to TARS AI, even though according to, I guess, this website, okay, and the team, he should have that TARS logo should be right up in here, full-time TARS AI, and it's not. Okay, and I'm just going to give you a sneak peek that this blockchain right here, this is a separate blockchain than TARS, and it's a totally different focus as far as fundamentals. So that's a bit of an issue. What kind of focus do these individuals have as a co-founder of AI Layer? What about the co-founder of TARS AI? What about that? Okay, so let's talk about this even further. Education, we have a Bachelor of Science, Business Hospitality Administration. Okay, and then we're in hospitality, and then liberal arts, science, and so on. That's it. Skills, that's it, really. Marketing, TrustFi Network, endorsed by 2 colleagues of AI Layer. Okay, we get a bit of endorsement here. So this is for me, as an individual with an education that is in the hospitality industry and involved in other blockchains, advisory and accelerator program. It's like a VC type of deal where they get in and incubate, and how he's an advisor there, and then this kind of keeps me out there. All right, so we got another team member. Let's see what I also. This is Paul. Let's see, and then we have Joseph. He's also part of the TARS protocol. Let's take a look at Joseph. Joseph, this is his Crunchbase profile. Okay, founder March 2022. So it's been around for a while. Just keep in mind, strategic partner in, I don't know what this is. Head of strategy in Friends 3. Okay, and then let's take a look at his LinkedIn just real quick. M Joseph. Okay, let's keep on going down. What do we have? We have strategic advisor of and full-time at this Fantone AI, some sort of AI and Friends 3. Okay, and then look what we see here. AI layer contracted head of growth. Okay, so we got a common factor, which is this project right here. Okay, which I have no idea where this is coming from or what this is all about. All right, fine. Let's keep on going on. This is the TARS protocol LinkedIn. They're not even listed here. Okay, under their LinkedIn page, which is, if they're already on LinkedIn, why aren't they part of the TARS protocol? I don't understand why aren't they listed here if they do have a LinkedIn profile. All right, let's move on. Then we go here and we look at AI layer. What is this? AI layer is the first innovative Bitcoin layer 2 solution crafted with a focus of basic on AI driven modular construction. So now all of a sudden we have TARS protocol that is a Solana based project that is supposed to be somewhat AI, that has all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden we have a BTC layer 2 solution that, you know, is plastered all over their LinkedIn page and currently full-time employed. Guys, I am confused. Already so confused. I don't know where to go. And just keep in mind, I may have skimmed through his credentials. He doesn't provide any education or anything other than interests in some sort of universities in Asia somewhere, but I don't, all I see is venture partner and some other stuff. Okay, so like really, I don't know how involved they are in the crypto space. I wouldn't be able to tell based on their profile. I also wouldn't be able to tell based on what I see with regards to their connection to TARS AI. I see a connection to this company, but and commitment, but not to TARS AI. Very unfortunate, confusing. So when I see this type of thing, I start to question. And again, back to my experience with the marketing, guys. The marketing team or the communications team has a bit of an issue here, because they're not truly representing their project in a very good way. On the Telegram, no questions get answered. I get directed to X posts. I don't get directed to any official documentation. I go and I'm looking for coin metrics. I don't get anything truthful or honest or open and transparent. I don't get anything, guys. And I've been doing deep dives already for over a year, producing one per week, and I've never seen a project so disorganized in during this time where I've been recording deep dive videos for you guys. So just hear me out here. I'm trying to speak about the good, the bad, and the ugly as best as I can. And as we keep on moving forward, we start to look at some other things that may not be the best. Look, okay, so back to the marketing. Then this post. Okay, and this was posted by Zeneca, an individual that has a decent amount of followers here on X. He's at about 378,000 followers. Go check him out. He seems like to be an honest individual, ready to make things transparent. And this was his experience with regards to TARS AI. This is a message that he received from the team in September 28 of this year. Hey, buddy, what's up? I have an OTC deal. You might be interested. Okay. Just looking for high quality accounts like yours. Sure. TAI TARS AI. Okay, starts to describe by it's backed by the Solana Foundation. Again, that's Solana Foundation seems to be their driving statement. Current price and OTC price. They're basically undercutting the current price. They're undercutting the market, essentially the retail investor, and this is where they're listed. They go on by saying they're listed here. Obviously you can get listed on here if you have enough capital to pay for the listing. It's not a hard thing as long as you're liquid. And OTC terms, 50% discount with 50% unlocked, 3 months cliff and 3-month vesting. Nothing. So within 3 months you get everything unlocked and you can start dumping on the market with a 50% discount. Think about this, guys, right? So this is the kind of things that, kind of like bother, and you can see a little bit more info, and you can see that the price ultimately started pumping right around that time, which for me is a problematic thing. This is the OTC price. This is what they want to sell to coals, and this is where the price is right now. As soon as it pumps, what do you think these coals are going to do? They're going to take profit and dump. So we really have to understand that. Do you think the Solana Foundation, not to say that this is completely valid, because again, this is a one person's account. It seems to be very factual, because there's a lot of whisper about this with regards to TARS, that this is happening. Guys, it's not a good look. This is not, where's the marketing team? This needs damage control. This is something that has been being spoken about for the last little while. Being in the space myself, this is not the first time I heard about this with TARS AI. I feel like the marketing team has some major damage control here. So to summarize, guys, we looked at the team, we looked at the as best as we can, the tokenomics, the overall value proposition, what this project is all about, all this good stuff. But the reality is there's a lot of ambiguity, a lot of uncertainty. And of course, when there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt, guys, you think about your position size. What are you going to do about deploying capital? All right, as per usual, guys, I do provide you guys an infographic, and this was one of the hardest infographics that I was able to produce in all the times that I've been doing this. It's tough, guys, because there's not a lot of information and a lot of red flags that I need to speak about. Again, just as a recap, ecosystem. Okay, it's got TARS Space, the Claimer, the Smart Safe SAFT, the Web3 staff authenticator, and a couple other the hub and all of that does great, and it looks good on paper. 8 out of 10 for that. Just a little bit of ambiguity as to, are they a true AI model or not, and infrastructure, what are they all about? Again, before I continue, I'm just gonna premise the fact that every single piece of documentation provided by the team is severely outdated, including their marketing and their packaging of the application or the project itself. Their logos are not even up to date on their own website and on their own white paper. So nothing is up to date. Nothing is transparent. So I'm just providing you the information that you will get if you start doing research. Utility, medium of exchange, I think that's the primary use case. And then the AI to earn model and build to earn model, with a bit of ambiguity there, because you do have to pay to use the AI models, but then again, you earn at the same time. How does that work? Seems a bit contradictory. And then staking, obviously an opportunity to stake and provide liquidity, and that's about it. But the token utility is good, because look, at least it tells us what you're going to use the token for, and makes sense. It's not that bad. I dock 1 mark because of the ambiguity, but it could just be an issue regarding language, right? Just to be more clear, maybe, or provide a graph or something, or some sort of visual. But oh, fine, I'll give it to them there. But everything else starts to go downhill from there. Roadmap outdated. I can't trust it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know where they're going with things, and I'm not going to be scrolling through their X account to try to find things out. If a team is gearing you towards their X posts to get up-to-date information about what they're doing, guys, look the other way. They can't even spend a moment to update their website, their working document, their Git book, or anything to present what they're doing, or their marketing team just take a moment to present what they got going on. That means they don't have no time for your money, right? They don't have no time. They got to work for your money. Play hard to get with your capital. Fix your roadmap. The team is docs, great, but I don't see any linkages or anything. It seems limited blockchain experience. I don't see anything really gravitating me towards looking at those two individuals as a blockchain experts. I don't see it, or I just see a few little connections, and I see that other project, that Bitcoin project, that keeps me so out of sorts, because I don't know where they're going with things. Are they dedicated? Where are they dedicating themselves? Did they move on from TARS AI? TARS AI is not new. It's been around for a little bit. They rebranded, as you can see, and even there, the marketing team hasn't transitioned. I feel like they're still stuck in the old branding. There's so much ambiguity even with the team that I don't know what's going on, guys. Education wise, one of them provides education, hospitality. One of them doesn't have education, or maybe does but doesn't claim to say what it is. So I don't know. And experience is limited, as I said. So guys, what am I going to say about the team? And the marketing, guys, I can't express how poor this marketing team has been performing here for this project. I am surprised that they even have a marketing team. Something needs to happen there as soon as possible if they're going to do damage control, because right now they look very deceiving, providing calls that opportunity, OTC opportunity, not a good look. And if it's true or not, I don't know. It could be FUD, but I'm just saying what the sentiment is out there. And as far as a marketing team goes, the part of their job is to control the sentiment out there by getting involved and being positive. Now, I went on the Discord and expressed some of my concerns, not the Discord, the Telegram, and as soon as I was expressing my concerns, they were being deleted by the team. So that tells you that they're curating basically the communication out there. Not a good look whatsoever. And I did tell them that I'm making a video, guys, help me out here to get some of the information so I can make a positive review, and I can make a review that is truthful and honest and open. But they just send me to X posts and random posts with jumbled up numbers and no clarity. Unfortunate. So that leads into their socials. Guys, a bit of an issue here. I can't get into more detail here, but I'll tell you this, their social account looks highly manipulated. Okay, so there are tools out there, feel free to go search them out, where you can track basically an account on X. You can track their following and unfollowing. Guys, they go through chunks of thousands of followers and unfollowers very frequently, which shows me that it could be signs of bot action, that there's bots getting involved to prop up their follower count. Now, you can see that in the last month, they lost 14,000 followers in 30 days, down 57% from the high, which is a lot of followers to lose in 30 days. Okay, that's significant. And given the fact, you know, their follower count is quite high, and then I look at how many people are following and unfollowing, it looks like it's bot action. I'm not 100% certain, but again, I do this a lot. I do this deep dive research a lot, and when I see thousands of individuals unfollowing on a daily basis, and then thousands of individuals following on a daily basis, on and off like that, it doesn't look natural. I look at other projects that have good traction, and it doesn't look like that, guys. It's steady. There's a direction, there's a flow. There is no flow here. I feel very uneasy about it. 17x posts in the last 30 days, down 11%, and they're still, you know, with this type of traction. And if you look at their and I'm going to quickly jump off. If you look at their posts on X, you'll see that with all these followers, they're only getting 500 likes, and this is pinned, and it's pinned for since August 20th, and all they got is 497 likes with that many followers. That bothers me significantly. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We have to take these metrics very seriously, because I'm getting a sense of pure manipulation or just lack of clarity here. I don't know, guys. I'm not trying to spread FUD, trying to be as honest as possible. Just keep that in mind. My agenda here is to, you know, provide the information to the retail investors so they can make best decisions for their capital. Their primary objective is to protect our capital and play hard to get with that capital, guys. Tokenomics, vesting schedule, monthly unlocks, diminishing monthly. Okay, so there's monthly unlocks starting at about 3.5% and diminishing over time monthly, you know, coming down significantly as they get closer to fully in full circulation. Okay, good. Early stakeholders have 140 million of liquidity circulating, okay? Whereas the rewards only have 61 million of liquidity circulating, which are those fair launch rewards, you know, basically the earning capabilities. Guys, that for me means that the early stakeholders have a huge control of the tokenomics of the price. You know, they gave too many tokens earlier on to the calls, to the Series A and B and all these early stakeholders. They gave them too many tokens early on, and this is why we're getting such pump and dump price action on the charts. And we'll talk about the charts in a second. So tokenomics, red flags. I don't like it. I'm not crazy about it. Like, again, guys, things are interesting here, but let's keep on going. Relationships, Solana incubator program. Honestly, given the product market fit, okay, and given that I showed you that, you know, part 4 of the incubator program for the Solana Foundation is product market fit, I really don't think the Solana incubator program either is not working for them, or because it's not working, as can be seen, or it's not factual, it's not true. So I am very confused here. I wish they would provide some proof, because I'm questioning that their involvement, and I did try my best to get on there and get ask some critical questions to the Solana team, and they were very on the fence about giving me straight responses, because again, this is not a good look. Brave browser could be a good relationship. Google cloud infrastructure. Google means pumpage. I get it. Google partnership, pumpage. Just to break it to you, it's not a Google partnership. Absolutely not. They are basically part of a Google Cloud infrastructure, let's say a program, almost like an incubator, where they go and they help projects deploy on their cloud infrastructure. Why do you think that's the case? Google wants to train tech companies how to deploy on their Google Cloud infrastructure, so they get bigger ecosystem growth for Google themselves. So we have to understand, this is not a relationship. This is Google basically saying, come here, I will teach you how to deploy your projects on Google. Now, let's say that's the case. It's not a partnership. That's a fact. And then going on, secondly, do we appreciate here in the Web3 space a Google Cloud infrastructure relationship? Absolutely not. That is not a decentralized storage application or infrastructure. If they said, depin this and depin that, I would be happy about that. And I am happy with the fact that they talk about IOZnet or something like that. Some good infrastructure, decentralized. I think I got this wrong, if I'm not mistaken, guys. I think it's AIOZ. But nonetheless, that it could be giving them that deep in infrastructure that is necessary to consider this a decent Web3 project. And this is why I am on the fence about all of this, because I am not getting clarity. Nowhere in any shape, way, or form am I getting an indication that TARS is part of the incubator program. I searched, and there's nothing. Even for the Solana Foundation, how they do release, some of their investments, because they are kind of like VCs as well. TARS AI is not on the list as of now. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to get a hold to see if they're willing to share some more information on that, but nobody's willing to share much at this current moment. I still need a little bit more time, so be prepared that I do give you an update if I get a hold of somebody that's willing to give me some clarity here. And then the exchanges, Radium, Mexi, Gate, and Meteora, Jupiter. Okay, fine. Small exchanges so far. Mexi's, mid-tier to, doing good. We like Mexi, of course, because there's a lot of trading pairs and all of that. Gate is tiny, and the rest of them are dexes and small exchanges. So look, there's still a lot of opportunity to see this project getting listed on bigger exchanges like Binance and Coinbase and even KuCoin going on, and having a multiple mid-tier exchanges would also be an opportunity to see more growth. So rating 3 out of 10 right now, maybe gets it a little bit higher in the future if it gets more exchange listings. Okay, so guys, just keep in mind, there's a bit of an issue here, and I think a lot of it can be corrected by the marketing team if they just did some work here for, to basically attract our capital. Now, I'm going to quickly just look at here. Again, guys, I'm not comfortable talking about market cap. I'm not comfortable talking about circulating supply. I wasn't able to get any information that was valid. I feel like I should be looking at SolScan, and I'm really aware of what, explorers are all about. But I am not comfortable because even the team member itself wasn't able to verify that that was true. Now, if that's not true, what I saw on SolScan, then I'm looking at the wrong contract. Then maybe there's something that I'm not seeing. And of course, guys, do your own research. And this is why I'm putting question marks everywhere, because I am not confident, and I'm not going to spend more than 3 days looking for a circulating supply. It shouldn't take that long. I should be able to find a circulating supply within 10 minutes. Now, the fact that I had to take 3 days to try to find it, and I still don't feel confident, reporting it back to you guys, leads me to believe that I literally just need to stop and say, this is what it is. I don't know. And uncertainty is fear, uncertainty, which is uncertainty, and now doubt. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's do a quick recap of some of my verdicts, some additional information for those of you that are just, scrolling right to this recap of my verdict here. It is supposed to be an artificial intelligence AI type of project, and it provides other utilities that don't really resemble AI, which is fine. That's fine. But is it a real AI project? That's something that, keeps keeps lingering in the back of my mind. Are they just, peppering in some AI use case, just to go up, do a quick pivot into getting into a very hot trend, a hot narrative, which is AI itself, which is fine as well, guys, because we expect businesses to do that, to pivot towards opportunities. So, okay, that's fine. Let's keep it like that. It's a good thing, at least. No clarity on supply. I already talked about. The bot says 124 million. Crypto aggregators have different numbers like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Team members on the Telegram report different numbers. SlowScan reports different numbers everywhere, and there's different numbers everywhere. So again, whose responsibility is to give us the tokenomics and the token metrics? It's the team. It's the marketing communications team. Okay, so that I'm leaving it as that. The documentation is out of date and lacks a lot of vital information. That white paper, that Git book is over a year old. A lot of those pages, between 7 months to a year, even more. No effort there to basically prepare this project for the market. This is a big problem. If you are a retail investor at the current moment thinking about buying this, where are you getting your information? Where are you getting it? If you're getting it from some shillers online, guys, please think twice. Okay, think twice. Now, I'm not saying that this thing can't pump. It could go to the moon. I'm just saying that without information, I reserve my capital for other projects that are going to, work hard for my money. That's how I want. I'm going to play hard to get for my capital. Not even sure if this is a true AI project. I mentioned that already. No information on the backend infrastructure. Is it DeepIn? Is it not? The fact that they have a relationship with Google Cloud, again, not a partner, means that they don't want to have a DeepIn infrastructure. Maybe they're looking for a centralized storage, infrastructure. Maybe that could be the case. I don't like it. I don't want anything AWS or Google Cloud. I want DeepIn. I'm going to support the projects that are full on decentralized and appreciate the decentralized tech that we have here in the Web3 space. Solana Foundation relationship is not confirmed and not on an alumni member. So it's been around for a while. Maybe they should have been already an alumni member, but they are not, and I can confirm their relationship anywhere. So do we take their word for it? I don't know, guys. I'm on the fence about how poorly they're packaged for the market that the Solana Foundation would actually back that. I really doubt it, guys. Holy smokes, I really doubt it. Needs a new marketing team, poor branding and overall packaging of the project. Their branding is not even consistent among their documents that they have and their socials. You'll go on Telegram, will have a different logo. You go on their website, a different logo. You go on the white paper, a different logo. The logos are all different. Everything's all different. All the links are all different. Some links don't even work. If you look at their deck, it doesn't even work. The links are broken. Everything is just a little bit everywhere. Ex-followers accounts look manipulated. They lose and gain thousands of followers on a daily basis. That is signs of bot action. I don't appreciate it. Why would they see such action like that? Why would that be the case? And their engagement on their posts, they have thousands of followers, like over 200,000 followers, and they only get 500 likes on a post that's been pinned to the top of their page for months. That for me doesn't add, that doesn't equate. Okay, so that's a problem there. Discord has no activity whatsoever. Telegram is active with lots of noise from the AI image generator. It's almost like, I know there's a tactic here to put in a bot, whether it be a language model bot or an AI image generator or whatever it is, the tactic is to make the server or the Telegram look more active. But the reality is that people that are serious are not looking for active. They're looking for clarity, somewhere to be able to go and ask questions and have valuable conversations. Well, you have so much, and people are actually saying and suggesting that they should have a different Telegram or a different spot for the AI image generator, because you can't even get a word in any conversation on the Telegram because of all the noise. And mind you, anything that you say is subject to censorship anyway, even if you're asking a question or expressing any concerns about some of the data that you find. But the team will definitely delete your post. Active team member is not helpful. Directing questions to X. Go look at your X. You ask a question, go look at X, scroll through X, go find it out on X. And providing some third-party links to some third parties that you can't even trust either way. This is a problem. Very poor marketing. Deleted my comments. I already mentioned that. Price target, who knows? I'm not going to give you a target. I don't even know what's going on here, to be honest. I can't compare it to another project because really I'm not convinced that it's completely AI. It's a bit on the fence for me. There are some AI tools and utilities. I am aware of that on the website. There are. The problem is that the white paper is not reflecting it. And even the website, if I wanted to see those AI models, I need to connect a Solana wallet if I'm going to see them. And I don't want to connect the Solana wallet. I want to be able to see it off the bat. So, and it used to be like that in their old website, apparently, where you can see a lot of what they have to offer right off the bat without connecting any wallet. So for me, that's like, why are you hiding behind a Solana wallet? Why do you force me to have a Solana wallet on there to show me what you're really about? Aren't you willing to show me what you're about so you can get me interested? And it seems like that's not the case. So I am not going to connect the wallet. I am not interested in connecting the wallet. And as of now, I'm a bit on the fence about everything else. My rating right now is 3 out of 10. In fact, I think I was a bit generous. I think that we need to hold these projects very accountable as to what they provide the general market as far as information goes. They are responsible to give us the information to get fundamentally bullish, and more so, they are responsible to gear the information towards the retail investor. The retail investor is an individual that wants to know a little bit more about the project and wants to see exactly what the project is all about. He wants to do a little bit of research with regards to tokenomics, the team, the this and the that, exactly what I covered today. And if that information is not readily available, we need to move on. We need to find other projects that are willing to work hard and that are willing to jump through hoops to gain our interest and our capital at the end of the day. Guys, let's move on. I know you're here to talk about some charts, so let's do it. So in the last little while, we are seeing that TAI did get a nice little pump. Let's get on the daily for a second here. Let's get quickly on the daily. Let's see what's going on. We can see massive pumps and dumps, right? So this is what I'm saying here. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Now, what I do like, I'll be honest, I do see some interesting things. I do see higher highs right here. Let's be clear about this. And a slightly higher low. This was also slightly higher. Okay, this was a lower low. Very clear, lower low, and all of a sudden we got our first higher high and then higher lows, and we're doing good, right? So as long as we make higher lows and higher highs after this point, we're doing okay. Now just keep in mind, this was a nice pump up, and then obviously straight back down, hitting a nice few bottoms. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slowly lift off to the upside. Just keep in mind that this range is definitely very wide in the sense percentage wise, just to hypothetically say more or less, we're talking about a 40%, 30% range, up and down, up and down. Now, if you start looking at what happened from here, look at this volume. Like this is what I mean by unnatural type of price action. Not a good look. Let's put a vertical line right here so you can see right after this level. Look at the drop, like almost instant in price and volume. Guys, this is very suspicious behavior, right? Volume diminishing on MEXC like this instantly. Why is that the case? Now, all of a sudden, we start looking for higher highs and higher lows. Are we ready to start pumping to the upside? Now, from a traditional perspective, I would say yes. And I would say, obviously, that the risk to reward ratio is in your favor at this current moment, 100%. If you're looking for long positions, let me get rid of some of this artwork. I already got the gist of this, that we're slowly looking like a pivot to the upside, but you can see that the ideal place to take a bit of risk is as close as possible to this invalidation, which means that you can put a stop loss right below it. But again, keep in mind this volume. Low volume moves, not very interesting. But from a risk to reward ratio, you could put a stop loss right underneath this level as long as you get closer. Now, you can see that we're dipping down just a little bit in the last few hours. The market has been taking a bit of a hit. We see, Bitcoin taking a bit of a hit. This weekend was a bit volatile. Yesterday was great. Today's a bit of red. You can see that. So you just understand there's volatility in the market as we speak, as I'm recording, okay? Now, if we slowly start looking at some of these oscillators, you can see that we're kind of stuck in the chop zone from, I would say, here, which is Thursday, June 24th, all the way stuck in the chop zone, sideways price action. And then all of a sudden we got a little pop, overbought, back into the chop, right? Are we going to go sideways again? Now, I do see volatility pushing to the upside. Do we trust this volatility move to the upside, or are we going to do exactly what we've done here? Chop, keep on going sideways in the chop zone, the 50% mark on the momentum, and essentially stay here while volatility goes up and down, and we continue going sideways in the price. Not something that I'm willing to trade, right? But from a long-term spot position, like I mentioned, as we get closer to invalidation, it may be a good opportunity for you to buy a bit of a bag. Now you can see that the EMAs are facing down here on the momentum on the trend oscillator. EMA is facing down the expansion in the background. You can see the blue expansion is full force to the downside, which means that we're not getting any signs of relief here on the daily just yet as far as bullish relief to the upside. That would be great to see that happen. I know we did get some green in the last little while. You can see this, but look how we came straight back down. There's a lot of liquidity out there that belongs to early stakeholders that are going to take profit, and that's the reality. So this is what kind of bothers me when I see price action like this. But if you are going to take chance, this is what you got to look at. This is what you got to look. Spot number one. I don't know if there's any more futures positions on any exchanges yet. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know it's available on MEXC, but for spot for sure. I'm not sure if there's any futures, but if you get in right now, you put a stop loss underneath here, you're taking a bit of a hit. You're looking at a 24% hit, but even if we come back to the previous high, you're up 50%. The risk to reward ratio is not bad. It's a 2-to-1. Okay. If we pop up to previous highs, you can double your money, take your initial investment off the table, and let the rest run. So the reality is you're taking risk, but when do you want to take the risk? I would prefer if we could get closer to invalidation down here. That would be a lot better, because then your risk is only 12% rather than 25, 30%. You get what I mean? And that way, I like that you're taking less risk. Look at this volume, guys. A lot of weird price action. This is not a good look. Guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor. Slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.